A customer bought this iPhone SR, complaining that the phone just went off without giving any sign. And he also said that because it wasn't working, he has left it down for some time. This iPhone SR was launched in the year 2018, and it was launched along the iPhone XS and XS Max. So what it means is that this phone came after the launch of iPhone X. That's where they made the iPhone XS Max and XS. So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be fixing this phone, trying to know where the problem is and what is it that makes this phone not to work. So as you can see, I've already removed the two screws which is at the down of the iPhone. So the next thing we have to do is to open the phone to see how it looks inside, to know what actually is the problem with this phone. So we open it up, and as you can see, the phone looks very clean. I don't think they've really worked on this phone. So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be fixing this problem, but at first I would like to try a different screen to see if it will come, know where the problem is, know if it will work, because I'm suspecting this screen is faulty. So we remove the screws holding the screen connectors. We're going to remove it, and after removing these two screws which is at the top of the screen connectors, there's another one which we're going to remove, which is this other one. There's another screw at the top. We're going to remove it. That's the one covering the speaker. We're going to remove it because we have to remove all these screws before we can be able to disconnect this screen and try another one to see if it's actually working. We're going to remove every one of the screw which you are seeing on your screen. So after removing all these screws, then there's another most important one which is under this screen. It's just at the screen. This is what you're seeing. As you're seeing, we're going to remove that one also, because if you don't remove it, that's where the main battery connector is. So we have to remove it so that we can be able to disconnect the battery first before we can now be able to remove the screen connectors and the speaker connector. This iPhone XR is actually a budget phone that anybody can really afford it, because it's just like you are buying the X. So I've disconnected the battery, as you can see. Then before we can now be able to disconnect the screen connectors, after removing the screen connectors, then we remove the speaker connector also, which is at the top. So after removing it, then before we can now remove the screen, then give another screen a try to see if it will work. So this is the screen, this is the old one which we removed, and we're going to try a different one because I'm not too sure. The person said this phone didn't fall down, nothing happened to it. So this is how the phone looks like. As you can see, the inside is very clean and there's nothing wrong with it. This iPhone XS Max is actually a low budget phone. It's very affordable and it has a whole lot of features which, when you're comparing with iPhone XS and XS Max, this phone can be able to compete with these other two phones. So what we have to do is that we have to remove the speaker. We remove the screws at the old one. We have to remove the speakers which is at the old screen. We remove them down, then before we can now try a different screen. There's always 4 screws. Then we have to remove the first one, the second one. There's another hidden one close to the connector which we're going to remove. After removing all these screws, before we can now be able to detach the speaker from the screen. Apart from the fact that this iPhone SR is actually affordable, it also has some special features in which it is water resistant, and it also has a very strong battery. When you are using it, you get to enjoy the battery because the battery stays long. It doesn't consume power that much. So we have to remove the speaker. After removing the speaker, the next thing we are going to do is that we are going to be transferring the speaker to the new screen in which we are going to be trying. This is the speaker. So after removing all the screws, this is how it looks like. So we'll keep it by the side. Then the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to try a different screen on this phone. So this is it. We'll try a different screen, then we'll connect charger to it to see if it will come up. But as you can see, the screen is working. So what it simply means that apart from the fact that the screen went off, the screen is spoiled, you can see that the battery of this phone is also down, and now it has powered up, and this is the new screen. So we have to give it a try before we can now transfer the components from the old one into this new one. As you can see, the screen is actually working and the phone itself has been powered on. But we have to test to see that everything is actually working perfect first before we can now remove everything, then transfer the speaker of the old one into this new one. So there's the old one and there's the new screen. So what we're going to be doing is that the only thing we'll be doing over here, we're going to transfer the speaker from the old one into the new one. So after fixing the speaker, what we're going to do is that we're going to tighten all the screws that was removed at the speaker. We're going to tighten it back to this new one in which we're going to be using. Another good feature of this iPhone SR is that the camera is very good. For a low budget phone, you can actually compare the camera to iPhone XX and XS Max. You can actually compare the camera to this phone, and this phone comes in different gig depending on what you want. It comes in with 64 gig. They have the one of 64 gig, they have 128 gig, then they also have 256 gig of inbuilt storage on this phone. That's one of the things that makes this iPhone XR so special. As you can see, we are tightening all the screws which was removed at the speaker part. After tightening everything, there's always one hidden screw at this side which we are going to tighten, because if you don't look very well you might not see the screw. So we're going to tighten the screw. After tightening it, then before we can now transfer the screen, the new screen, to the motherboard. There's the old one, there's the new one, there's the motherboard at the center. And as you can see, what we just discovered is that the phone is actually working, but the screen was faulty and the battery was also totally down because the person left it down for long, unknowing that it was the screen that was faulty. So after connecting the new screen, tightening the metal, the plates and everything that was removed, it's now time to close it up. Then tighten the down screw which was also removed at the beginning, then give it a try to see if everything is actually working. As you can see, the two screws was removed which was at the down. There's always two screws that comes with iPhone. Every iPhone that is in the market always comes with two screws which holds the phone. There's the screws. So we're going to be tightening these screws back to the phone after fixing everything. This is how the phone was at the beginning. At the beginning, this is how the phone looks like. It was dead and the screws was removed. Then this is the new one. And don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms, on TikTok, Instagram and Facebook page. We give it a try to see that everything is okay. As you can see, the phone is on and everything is working perfect. This iPhone SR was dead and now it's working perfect. Thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to click on the like button for this video to be recommended, and also don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day. You can also watch my other videos which is at the link in the description. Thank you.